hope your day is full of lots of positivity, rainbows, butterflies, bubbles, sparkles, giggles. Now I'm just saying words. I hope you're having a serotonin infused Wednesday. I hope your dopamine levels are at an all-time high. I hope you're avoiding the news because at this point watching it seems scary, at least for me. So, here I am coming to you with some positivity on this Wednesday. Brand new episode of Shank with the one, the only Gabby Lamb. It's a great episode. We talk about all kinds of things. It gets kind of deep. I think you guys are going to love this week's episode. This week's episode is presented to you by Oh Yeah Socks. Oh yeah, look down at your feet right now. Are your toes exposed? If they are, why? Don't just walk around exposing your toes. People will pay money for those feet. Cover them up. Protect them with some socks. Socks are amazing gifts. Give your lover a pair of socks. Give your lover's friend a pair of socks. Give your mom a pair of socks. Give your brother a pair of socks. Nothing says I'm thinking of you more than a sock that's catered to somebody's interests. It's a great way to support the show, and there's literally a pair of socks for everybody. These ones are really cute. If you have a vegan in your life, it says friends not food, and there's a pig hugging a chicken. Maybe you're not a vegan and you want hamburger socks. They also have those. They have Def Leppard socks. They have Norman Rockwell socks. They have Motley Crue socks. MacGyver socks. There's a type of alien socks. There's a pair of socks for everyone in your life. And it's a great way to support the show, support the people who support this show. Buy some socks. Oh yeah. Head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara10 for 10% off on all socks. Guys, I will be in Burbank this Thursday. That's right. I will be in Burbank this Thursday, September 2nd at Nightcap at 8 o'clock. I'm performing there. I have a bunch of show dates on my Instagram at Princess Shank, on my Twitter at Princess Shank. If you're enjoying the podcast, leave a review. It just takes a second and it helps it helps people find out about the show. So it's a great way to give back. Buy some socks. Make sure you're subscribed to this podcast. Also make sure to check out our other sponsors. The Get Ispire wand, which makes stabbing easier and more convenient, less bulky, less awkward for everybody. Check out the Ispire wand. Get Ispire. Discount code SHANK15 for 15% off. Also, Fume. Stop smoking. Start smoking essential oils with Fume. Guys, September 29th, I will be in San Diego headlining. Kim Congdon is featuring. We're going to be at American Comedy Co. Come out. Support live comedy if you're in the San Diego area. It's going to be a really fun night. Really, really looking forward to that. Also, heading to Texas. That's right. Kim and I will be in Austin on November 3rd. We will be on Kill Tony November 1st. We will be at the Death Squad show November 4th. We will be at Skankfest in Houston November 5th through November 7th, and then back in LA with more show dates. I also have a bunch of show dates coming up in the LA area in September, so be sure to check out those as well at Princess Shank. And guys, I hope you enjoy this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Gabby Lamb. Here it is, guys. Let's get into it. Are we both in the frame? Are we being upstaged by that? This is fine. It's an independent production, we love Gabby. That. It is. You know what I mean?
It's outside. We're enjoying nature.
We are. We're connecting with nature. Hi, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Should we lower it a little?
Yeah, we can. Do you want to talk to the people while I lower the try? I call it the try now.
I sure do.
Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Gabby Lamb, a reoccurring guest.
Yes,
your nails are so cute.
Thank you. I'm going through this yin yang phase.
It's really cute. Wow.
I have a girl. She does it for me. It makes my week.
It's very cute. Is it a house call?
No.
Okay.
I drive.
You do drive.
I drive to West Hollywood.
Okay.
Because I'm committed.
You're committed.
I love, because it makes me feel different when I have my nails done. Do you feel like that?
Oh, I fucking feel
Yours
you.
are amazing.
I feel you.
There's it's like there aren't that many things you can control.
But your nails.
But
for
your
sure.
nails and your hair.
Nails in your hair, which is, we're working on it right now.
But don't you feel like, I personally feel like I'm always working on my hair.
Always.
In my head.
It never stops.
In my head,
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, I gotta keep working on my hair.
Yeah,
And
always.
it's like, but I just got it done.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
No, it's not good enough.
It goes away, and then you're like, and then when your hair grows out and you catch yourself at the wrong angle,
Oh, yeah.
it can be devastating.
I'm never fucking satisfied. Like, I got my hair done a couple of weeks ago, and then I was like, this isn't good enough. And now I'm looking at pictures of a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, it looked so good. What was I fucking thinking?
Yeah, no, that's how it always is.
It's never good enough.
But in the moment, it doesn't feel good enough.
Why are we always chasing this unfulfilled dream when it's right in front of us?
I blame the marketing from the 90s.
Capitalism.
It is capitalism.
It is capitalism telling us that, and we buy into it.
It's like, we need more.
We do need more.
We're not perfect yet.
Lips aren't big enough. Hair isn't blonde enough.
Tits aren't big enough.
Tits aren't big. Not enough
Ass
tattoos.
isn't big enough.
It just doesn't stop. And you think you're like, one day I'll get to my final form and I'll finally be happy.
No.
Never.
And then
Never.
you think that when you're exactly right.
Yeah.
It's true. And then when you see a picture of yourself from 5 years ago, you're like, damn, I look good.
Yeah. Why wasn't I just like embracing it?
Why couldn't I just be confident?
Always.
Then?
I'm going to get another fucking tooth gem put on today because I'm like, well, once I get another tooth gem, I'll be perfect.
And now, where are you putting it?
Down here.
Oh, it's all going to be on this side?
Well, I
like
had one
that.
this morning. It fell off. I have to go get it put on later. It was gold.
Okay. So where do you go to get a tooth gem put on?
GBY Beauty on Sunset.
GBY Beauty.
Expensive, chic.
How expensive is a tooth gem?
The gold ones are $250. The little gems are $85.
Next time you see me, I'm like, hey, what's up, Gabby?
I had like a full-on grill, but all the shit started falling off. So
how long does it last?
some of them have been in here for like 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's an investment.
It's an investment.
You're not just dropping $250 for no reason.
For like a week. No, this one fell off because I had too much composite already on the tooth, so I have to go get the composite taken off, and then I have to reapply the gem. You know, it's a whole thing.
Okay, so you're doing that today?
Sure am. Yeah.
That's a fun thing to do.
This is what I do, you know.
You like, and how often are you getting tattoos now?
A lot. I have an appointment now.
You
late
have
October.
some really good ones.
I do have some really good ones.
I feel like the collection just keeps getting
It
better
does.
and better.
It
right?
sure does.
I mean, this is my favorite.
I know these are cute.
These are cute.
They're cute. They're
And
fun.
they're cute on you.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you're dropping some coin.
I am dropping some coin, girl.
On these tats, because this isn't some pop art like pop up.
No, this is some for real. I probably have about $4,000 on me.
Oh shit. Yeah, ladies is pimps too.
Yeah, we really fucking are.
This
body is expensive, honey.
Yeah, doing anything is expensive.
Living up here is probably expensive just in gas alone.
Yeah, but also it keeps me sane because I'm in nature.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need that.
And also you probably don't go out as much.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps me like healthy too. I like wake up and I hike and I'm like in nature, which is really good for me because I can be really fucking crazy if I'm like in traffic or anxious or.
Yeah. Honestly, being up here is so grounding.
It is.
It's so fucking grounding.
It is. I started spending time up here when my friend Stephanie moved up here, and then I was like, whoa, I feel so much better every time I'm there.
Yeah.
That I like fell in love with it, and then it was a pandemic, so I moved here, and now I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
And now I go into the city like if I have shows, obviously, which is kind of a lot lately, it seems. I'll go in. I'll just like run my errands all at once.
Yeah.
And that's just how I break up my schedule.
And that's
Gabby.
how she breaks up her schedule. Honestly, it's so fucking nice. It's
Thank
crazy
you.
how much being out here and like around nature makes you feel already like so much calmer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. I also think somebody said this, and I don't know where this is coming from, but I think it's an interesting thing to talk about. That I think it was Kevin Christie, who is a comic. Do you know him?
Sure don't.
He's really funny. He's a regular at the store. He is an incredible artist. I know you're an artist too and really talented. But he was saying that good art does what nature does.
Good art does what nature does, which
Is like it calms you and like can make you feel a certain way.
and connected.
Connected,
You look at it
yeah.
and you get like you get like a physical response,
Right.
an emotional response. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, that's an interesting thought.
It is. It is. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, good art does do that, and all like film, comedy, all of it. When you feel like connected to it.
Yeah. Do you watch a lot of TV?
Absolutely, the fuck not.
You don't.
The TV that I watch is like bad TV. Like I watch a lot of TLC shows.
Like which ones?
Okay, like 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
Okay. There's a show called Smothered about
That freaks me out.
about the women that are obsessed with their sons. Oh no,
their
that's
daughters.
I'm in love with the mama's boy, and then there's one called Smothered with the daughter and the mother. who
There,
are,
where
like,
their boundaries are all fucked
and they
up.
like kiss each other, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, obsessed.
That show is so weird to me. I can't even.
It's so good. I'm addicted. There's this one about oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, Seeking Sister Wives. Have you watched that one?
No. That's on TLC?
So good. Yeah.
My laundry thing just went off. I wonder if that's getting picked up. It seemed very loud in the
Yeah, it
moment.
did. Do you have a
didn't
laundry
it?
thing in here?
Yeah, I have one around the corner.
Okay, brag. Cute.
By the way, washer dryer.
Stop.
You know, I don't want to brag.
She sure is.
Shit. Put on my sunglasses. So Smothered, that freaks me out because you know why? I could see myself being that type of mom.
Okay, I was gonna say you have that relationship with your mom.
No.
No, you guys don't like kiss and lay in bed
No.
together. And
My mom would, I think I annoy my mom.
yeah, okay.
I'm like, hey, where are you going? She's like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So you're in her business.
I'm up in her business.
Oh fuck no! I'm the opposite.
I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Have you forgotten about me?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But my mom and I are really close.
okay.
But so my fear, and I've noticed it even with just the dog, is like I just want to be with him all the time.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get it under control now
Okay. Before
I
bring one in.
microchip a child.
Before you microchip, that's really funny.
Because the thought of having a child seems terrifying.
Yeah, it does. It really
It's
does.
mostly the pregnancy for me.
The pregnancy doesn't scare me. It's everything that comes after. I'm like, what if the world ends? What if something happens to it? What if somebody steals it? What if it dies? What if I leave it in a world that explodes? What if it's really mentally? What if it's a fucking serial killer? All of these things.
I know.
Life is
because
hard.
you're
I'm
also
like, do I wanna-
you're also like, and then you're responsible.
Yeah.
Like you're responsible. But like it's more for me, honestly, the pregnancy.
That's crazy. I
I
want to be
want the
pregnant.
maternity shoot
That's it. You don't want to be pregnant?
for like a week.
Wow.
I don't want to be waddling around.
I'm so fucking down for that. I'm like excited to be pregnant.
Really?
Yeah. If I ever
Like
am.
that seems cool to you?
Yeah.
The transformation.
It sounds so cute and fun. Giving birth sounds scary as fuck,
but
but being pregnant sounds fun.
being pregnant sounds terrifying.
I love that you're like, I just want it for the shoot.
I do.
In it for the
and
vanity,
you know what?
baby.
And you know what? I'm talking 6 months. I can't be having a photo shoot 9 months in. I'm talking like right when it's still cute before the shit gets weird.
Before your ankles get really swollen.
Yeah, and I have full on cankles and a double chin. Like I'm
What
talking
if-
like the cute phase.
The cute
Maybe
phase.
like
Like the glowing phase, and people are like, she's glowing.
yeah, and it's like I'm 4.5 months. Things are still fun.
Yeah.
Right before it's like I can't get out of bed. Bring me a sandwich.
Yeah, before you're a fucking heifer.
Yeah, like sweating for no reason
yeah,
and like
yeah. Okay, so here's my question.
Yeah.
Would you, at 6 months, then be like, okay, can we abort it now?
No, because it's 6 months. I'm committed now.
And then I guess it's a full-on baby.
6 months is too late for me personally. I mean,
It would be able to live. It would be able to live.
I also feel at this point that if I were to get pregnant, like, I don't think I would abort it.
Really?
Which is, unless it was from, like, a rape.
Right. Okay,
Sorry
that
to
makes
bring
sense.
down the vibe by bringing up rape.
No,
but
I like
you know
that.
what I mean?
That got me
Like,
excited.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally.
Really? Okay, yeah, because we are at the age now where it's like, well, do we keep
Well, then I fucking killed it. And then it's like, damn, it was kind of like,
Yeah.
who knows? Like, what if I'm like trying later?
Right. We're out of our 20s. Like, I got through my 20s without getting
And
pregnant.
I barely got out of my 20s, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
If someone said redo any part of your life, I wouldn't want to, but my least favorite was my 20s.
Really?
What do you think?
I just turned 30, so I'm like reflecting on the past decade. The 20s were fucking rough, dude.
They were,
They were
was,
rough.
for me, it was fun, but dark.
So much darkness.
For me, they were so
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, and like in retrospect, there was a lot of fun, but when I think about it, I'm like, was it really fun, or was it me thinking it was fun and it was just me not getting my life together?
I mean, there's a lot of things that I did in my 20s that at the time I thought were so fun.
Yeah.
Like taking a bunch of Adderall and like organizing my closet and
God,
like
me
not
too.
sleeping. And
I
then
love
I'm
it.
like,
Right?
And like that was like a high for me, you know? And I'm like, my life's together.
This is
Everything's
fucking
fine.
awesome. Wow, I'm not so much Adderall right now. I would do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And then you realize how much time you wasted. God, for me, it was just like getting like too drunk all the time, dating people that I shouldn't have dated.
I know, but like, I'm so glad that I had all those experiences in hindsight. I wish that I learned the lessons a little sooner.
Right.
But isn't that just kind of life?
I guess, yeah. I mean, and it's like, you know, looking back, it's like you can't change any of it, and it has made you who, you know, where you are now is where you're supposed to be.
Right.
But I do wish I had learned certain lessons sooner, and I wish I had taken like my career more seriously earlier on.
I feel like you're taking it seriously.
Now, but I feel like when I got started, I just wasted a lot of time with like being in relationships that shouldn't have happened or should have ended really like a lot sooner than they did it, rather than like spending. I feel like I spent all of my 20s like in heartbreak and then like getting involved with somebody new and then like
Yeah,
being
same.
brokenhearted again, and it's just like I could have just been focusing on my career.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there's a lot of heartache in your 20s.
Yeah. It's like every other week.
Every other fucking
You're
week.
like, I'm heartbroken again.
I know. Everything's so dramatic.
Everything's so dramatic. And then, like, in the time, it's like social media. It's all a lot. I saw you took a break from social media.
And I should
for a
take
while.
another one. I should
Do
take
you feel
another
like
one.
it's toxic for you?
Absolutely.
It is.
It really is. Because I also have like such an addictive personality in so many ways that like my addiction to social media like ramps up. It keeps me from focusing on myself, you know? And that's another thing. When I get older, I'm never going to look back on my life and be like, I should have spent more time on Instagram. I should have posted more stories, oversharing, you know?
Yeah.
I've spent too much time on it for no reason.
It's like, it's such a fine line because
really
you're like,
is.
I need to do it sometimes for work to promote stuff. How can I use it as a tool and not as like something that I'm using to like hide from the world with?
Right. And I
or
use
like
it to like
get
numb.
something from.
To numb out or to like be distracted with. And I realize like a lot of my tendencies on it are to distract myself from getting something done.
Does that make sense?
Like instead of like sitting down and writing out my set, I'm like, well, why don't I just like scroll for 45 minutes?
And I'm always like, by the end of it, I'm always feeling like a sense of lack.
Always.
Like I'm like, I don't have enough stuff.
Yeah.
Or physically I'm not what I want to be, or and you know that's like a common thing.
Yeah, everybody
It's
feels
like,
that way.
You like go on there and then you feel like real bad about your life.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but then and then also on the flip side, if you get the validation that you want, then
It's
you
never-
feel,
but then it's never enough.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
Then you're always chasing this dragon. That's why it's
Always.
like, and the thought of like having kids in a social media landscape is gnarly too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Like, no Instagram till you're 15, honey.
What a weird
Like, what are the
thing.
rules?
Yeah,
like,
right?
I'd be so annoyed. Like, because it's also like, I'm not proud of my social media habits.
Oh, me either.
It
I'm
would
not-
be gnarly to have
Yeah.
a kid and have them have some type of social media habit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you say?
I'm not proud of my social media habits, and I'm also not necessarily proud of how I've conducted myself on social media.
Who is?
I know. right?
Especially, and as a comic.
Right, I'm like,
you're
all
like,
this stuff should have been in a journal. Why did I fucking put all of this on my story? Why did I overshare this? Like, why am I, there's so much on there where I'm like, I wish I didn't do that.
But also putting yourself out there has created opportunities.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
So it's a
Yes.
fine line.
Yeah, it is.
And people I feel like as comics, our job is to kind of be, talk
let people
genuinely.
Yeah.
There is like this level of vulnerability that you're supposed to have, I feel like, so we can
Yeah.
connect. But sometimes it's like, oh God.
Yeah, I know. And I have a really hard time with like drawing the line of like boundaries of the way that I should be talking to people and what I should be sharing. And then I'm like, oh, but I'm just like letting people in because this is what I do. But then it's like, no, then you're like wasting all of your time online rather than actually connecting with people in real life.
Right.
I don't know, girl. It gets me in a fucking tizzy.
It gets me fucked up
It
too.
gets me in a fucking tizzy.
Does your mom look at your social media?
I have her blocked because she would just be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She would.
Oh, yeah. She also is not allowed to see my stand-up anymore because it's the same thing where she's like, I hate what you talk about. I hate the way you present yourself. This is disgusting. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't hear this. Bye.
But it's also like the thing that's, it's like, it's not for them.
It's not for them. It's not for my fucking
Parents.
69-year-old mom who barely knows
You're like-
how to get on her phone,
My parents just stopped saying stuff. They're
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, is everything good? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do they come in to watch your stand-up?
They have, yeah. But they don't come up like a lot.
What do they say about it?
They said it was good. The last time they saw it, they were really supportive and they liked it.
Okay.
I don't know, like, about the podcast, if they would like all parts of my podcast.
Really? Why?
Because I'm so candid and I feel
Yeah.
extra vulnerable and I don't know.
Yeah. That's the thing about podcasts, though, too. You like get into these conversations, you forget that it's public, and then you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing that's cool about it is that when you do have these types, like you have a deep conversation with someone and you are vulnerable, and then other people can connect to that experience.
Love that. Right.
And then they feel less alone and you feel less alone because it's not really
Yeah.
ideal to have to feel. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just when you share things on podcasts and like in your head, it seems like it's such a big deal, but then to
Yeah.
other people, they like think it's funny or not that big of a deal.
Right.
But to us, it's like, since it's our thing, we
Yeah.
think it's a big deal.
Or it's like the opposite, where you're like, oh, I'm just sharing this because it's like something that happened to me, and somebody will listen and be like, holy fuck, I didn't know people had that
Yeah.
same experience, and like it really touches them in that way.
Totally.
Which is the cool part about, which is the cool thing about comedy too. You get to like go up there and say like what you really feel, or your own kind of stories. People are like, oh my god, I can relate to that, and that shit
Yeah.
feels good,
It feels like you're doing like a special skill.
right? Yeah,
Like a magic, like
because it's
alchemy.
healing, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's super healing. And there have been so many times where I've listened to podcasts and heard like little nuggets of information from people where I'm like, oh, that really connected with me, and you like take it with you.
Totally. And for me, I remember when I first started listening to the Duncan Trussell podcast.
I haven't downloaded it. I've never listened to it.
I used to listen to him and Marin talk about like their realizations, their like, spiritual realizations, and it was really interesting because I had never really heard men talk like that before.
Is he sober, Duncan?
Duncan's not sober. He's very into psychedelics.
Okay.
I like
I can
forgot
back
how to
that.
say psychedelics. And Marin's sober.
Yeah, he's sober.
Yeah.
Okay. Psychedelics, though, I mean, I'm like getting more and more open-minded to it because I've been like pretty strict, like
With your sobriety.
with my sobriety. But the more I like sit with myself, I'm like, I could see myself doing mushrooms, and like once in a while, because I think there's a lot of healing properties in it.
Totally.
Or maybe that's just my excuse, looking for a way to get fucked up. But
No, I mean, I think that, and I know a lot of people in 12-step programs who are thinking about ways to integrate psychedelics.
Yeah, especially with like microdosing and shit, all of that, like that's coming out now with this new science behind psilocybin and depression.
And just, I know people like really severe addicts that have done ayahuasca who have been able to maintain sobriety ever since.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So I think that, and I know that my friend whose husband owns a 12-step program, I think it's called Aloe in Malibu. They were talking about, ways to integrate plant medicine into sobriety.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
Which I think is really progressive, because you look at a lot of people, like including myself, who are in 12-step and are sober, but are also like highly medicated, and it's like, well, why don't we switch?
Like antidepressant?
Yeah.
I'm on antidepressant.
What are you on?
I'm on Prozac.
Cute.
What are you on?
I'm on Lexapro, which is anti-anxiety, and I just started Wellbutrin, which is antidepressant.
Okay. How's it going?
It's going okay. I think it's going well.
Okay.
I feel a lot less,
Yeah.
I'm like not as affected
Yeah.
by things.
Yeah.
And it definitely curves like a lot of my kind of addictive outbursts, but I still,
Yeah. Well, so one's an antidepressant and one's what?
Anti-anxiety.
Anti-anxiety. Okay. Yeah.
But would I rather switch that for like a psychedelic or like a herbal remedy? Yes.
Totally. It's just interesting because for me, I've been on Prozac for a while, and I really have found it so helpful.
Really?
Yeah. Like I feel like because I used to get really bad PMS, just like really bad.
Yeah.
And like so depressed, so all over the place. So for me, it just keeps everything kind of manageable.
Right. Yeah. It does. It keeps things.
It's like things that would normally be a big deal just seem way more chill.
Right. Yeah.
And so, but eventually I'd like to get off of it. It's like, I don't want to be taking a medication if I don't have to be.
Right.
But I also feel like it's a tool that I wish I found sooner in some ways.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's given me a lot of relief.
There is something I wish I had done in my 20s, was gotten on medication earlier. I could have probably stopped a lot of things. But I don't know. It's like also maybe that's just what happens when you get older and there's like growth.
Totally. Yeah,
It's
because
hard to
for me,
tell.
getting on medication wasn't like, I want to get on medication.
Right.
It was like, the doctor was like, you should get on medication. It'll really help you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm scared of taking
Yeah.
it.
My psychiatrists like 10 years ago were trying to get me on Lexapro, and I was so scared of it that I didn't until 10 years later. But there's so much fear around it.
Well, yeah. And because it's also, there's so much misinformation of
So
people
much.
saying that, you take, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to know how to manage your own mental health.
It really is.
Especially if you feel like it's something that needs to be managed,
Yeah.
because it's not something that many people talk about.
Yeah, I think we're definitely, transitioning into talking about it much more often and and openly.
Hi guys, it is Weinshenk. It is the halfway point of the show, which means one thing and one thing only. It is time for me to do a dab with my Ispire wand. You can see right now the wand is heating up the concentrate. I switched out the bowl piece on my bong with the bowl piece that comes with the Ispire wand, so that the Ispire wand could then heat up the bowl piece, because it only heats up the bowl piece that comes with it. Basically, this wand transforms anything into a dab rig, and it's an amazing thing. You're going to want one. Check them out. Get Ispire.com. Discount code SHANK15 for 15% off. Great way to support the show, support the people that support the show. Now I'm going to do a dab because I want to show you just how powerful this Ispire wand is. And that, my friends, is a dab. Thank you, Ispire. Get Ispire.com, discount code SHANK15, 15% off. Your girl's fucked up. Thanks, Ispire. Get this gift for the dabber in your life. Transform the dabber in your life's world. Give back to your neighborhood dabber by getting them the Ispire wand. Excuse me, I have to put down this piece. Okay, so now that we've done this amazing dab, I've told you about the Ispire wand. I just want to remind you one more time, discount code SHANK15. And now I'm going to tell you about this new thing that I'm obsessed with. We have a new podcast sponsor called Fume. Fume makes this really cool wooden inhaler, and you'll see right here, it's the perfect solution for anyone who's trying to quit smoking or anyone who has like a hand-to-mouth habit. If you're a snacker like me, you'll love this. So the way that it works is it comes with these different cores, and that's basically the essential oil flavoring. It's made from plants. This one is cozy chai. You just fray these little the edges of these cores like this, and you pack them into the wooden inhaler, and then you just breathe through your fume and out through your nose. It's a great way to create a positive habit because you're not inhaling anything that's toxic for your lungs. You're just essentially inhaling plants. It's a great way to quit smoking. They have peppermint if you're into menthol and you're having a hard time quitting. You can head to breathefume.com. That's breathefume.com/shank. Discount code SHANK for 10% off. The thing that I love about this is that nearly 40,000 people have tried it, so it's not just some woo-woo shit. It really helps. It's helped me because I love smoking weed. I could smoke weed all day, but then I won't be as productive. So it's helped me just kind of relax. It's great for stress. It's great for menthol cravings, great for nicotine cravings. It's Canadian made. It's a handcrafted wooden inhaler. It has no electronics, and the cores are filled with super plants. So no smoke, no vape, no nicotine. They have different cores that you can insert into the wooden inhaler. They have a stress relief one in lavender and cinnamon, a menthol sensation in peppermint and eucalyptus. And you can curb your nicotine cravings with the black pepper flavor/scent. Yeah, my favorite's cozy chai for sure. I've just been hitting this instead of smoking the blunt, or maybe in addition to smoking the blunt. I mean, I definitely just dabbed. So yeah, if you're someone who wants to quit smoking, head to breathefume.com. That's breathefume.com, or click on the link in the description. Use code SHANK, SHENK, for 10% off. Quit smoking or vaping today. If you're someone who jewels, it's time to put down the robot dick. It's time to pick up the wooden fume inhaler. Support the show. Discount code SHANK, SHENK. Get your fume today. I can't tell you how much I'm really genuinely enjoying the taste of this. Check them out. Again, they're really easy to use. You just fray, insert, and breathe. breathefume.com/shank. All right, guys, let's get back to this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Gabby Lamb. My psychiatrist told me that when he prescribed me Prozac, it was because my serotonin levels were so depleted because I was taking Adderall.
Okay, so Adderall was a direct link to that because, girl, I was on Adderall for fucking. I feel like I talk about this every podcast. If you were on
Adderall for a really long time,
for so long,
your serotonin levels are probably depleted, and so for me, he put me on Prozac, and it's really helped me. And eventually, I'm gonna wean off of it, but yeah, for now.
But does it? So the thing is, when you deplete the serotonin levels, like, does your serotonin ever come back?
Well, so
or is it like you just run out?
It's like your brain isn't making enough, but you can take there's some aminos that you can take. I've been talking to my friend who's in like the wellness space, and she said there's some like aminos that you could take that will help you your brain naturally create those serotonin things.
Yes.
So when I start weaning off of the Prozac, I'm gonna go on to that.
Fish oil and
different aminos. I'm not sure the exact ones for serotonin, but there's different aminos for different brain chemicals. Like there's one for GABA, there's one for whatever
Speaking
else.
of GABA, I just got prescribed that too.
Okay, yeah.
Have you been prescribed that? I love this is all about
mental health. I was prescribed something that helped me produce more GABA. Mm-hmm. And it helped for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then now I'm off of it.
Okay.
It was like a mood stabilizer kind of GABA.
Was it gabapentin?
No, but it was something to help me make more GABA.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I didn't even know that was like stuff in your brain.
But so you're taking GABA.
Sometimes. So I was prescribed it when I was like going through like serious emotional withdrawal in a 12-step program, and I was not able to function, and they were like, you should just take this to like help your nervous system ease.
Right.
Put yourself at ease. So I was like,
that's what they gave me when I got off of Adderall and Prozac, and then I weaned off of
fucking Adderall, dude.
No, it really can mess your whole shit up.
And this is the scary thing about big pharma, because it's like we are pushed to like be on medication, like it'll save your life. And like I do agree, and I do think that in a lot of cases it does. And like in my own life, I'm like, oh, this has really helped. But at the same time, it's like, but at what cost, you know?
Totally.
At what, like maybe microdosing would have been the answer rather than.
But the thing, that's kind of what my perspective is too. Like I would love to be able to be completely natural with my mental health stuff.
Yeah.
But I also think that with microdosing and stuff like that, it's not as precise with the amount of stuff you're taking in.
Right.
Whereas like when you take an antidepressant, you know exactly how much you're taking, what it is, what it's doing.
Yeah.
You know? Because I like tried to talk to my psychiatrist about this, and he's like, no, you don't.
Of course he's going to say no.
Right,
too,
totally.
You know?
But I'm like,
yeah,
but is there a world
right
where we can integrate that into the mental health conversation?
Right.
I think, because I think that's happening more and more.
I agree. I think it is, but it is also that fine line of like, is it drugs? But it's also like the pharmaceutical industry is drugs also. So it's like, I don't know.
I know.
And they don't want to lose money, because then if you start advertising, you know.
But there's so many people. I watched a documentary on ayahuasca, and there's so many people who have had really intense healing from it. I have friends who have had really intense healing from it.
Yeah. My boyfriend did it and said it changed his fucking life.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I came back in and just, undid all that. But before that, he's like reaped a lot of benefits from doing ayahuasca.
Yeah. A lot of people have, but so I know you can't do it if you're on Prozac.
You can't. Yeah, SSRIs you can't do it on.
You can't, because your brain will make too much serotonin and you can have a problem.
Girl, I had serotonin syndrome recently. Have you ever had that?
That's what happens.
It was horrible.
How'd you have it?
I took 5-HTP.
Oh no.
It was horrible.
Too much serotonin?
Too much serotonin.
What happened?
I felt like I was having a terrible trip on Molly or something, and it like really quickly. It was horrible. I had no idea that you couldn't mix SSRIs with 5-HTP.
You can't mix anything SSRI with anything that's going to create too much serotonin.
I had no fucking idea. So I'm like, I take it, I'm on my way to the airport, and I'm like, I'm going to take some 5-HTP for an extra mood boost. And within 30 minutes, I started convulsing, and I was like sweating, and I was like, what's fucking happening?
That's why you can't do ayahuasca.
It was so scary.
Wait, no, that's so dangerous.
It was so dangerous. I started
so
throwing up.
Convulsing?
I'm convulsing, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I feel like I'm like having a seizure. I start throwing up. My eyes like black out, and I'm only seeing like stars, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? And it lasted for like 30 minutes. And later on that day, after I like relaxed, I looked it up, and they were like, that can be a lethal combination. You could have ended up in the hospital. That's called serotonin syndrome. And I was like,
That's crazy.
And then I had a set that night in Austin, and I was like, oh wow, bitch is back. Oh my god, it was horrible.
That is horrible.
So don't do it. Don't take 5-HTP if you're on SSRIs.
And don't do Prozac and take ayahuasca.
Oof. Fuck no. That's crazy.
Don't mix any like cocktails without talking to a medical professional, because you just don't know.
No, and then I read the fine line after I had my like little, syndrome, and it was like, do not mix 5-HTP
with
if you're on any SSRI. And I was like, who reads the fine print anyway?
No, I know.
Who does
You're
that?
like, I'm doing something good for myself.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna
this
be
is natural.
extra happy,
That's
honey.
what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna love this plane ride.
Yeah. You're like,
Jesus.
no, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Even though, and then it scared me too, because it goes to show you like the power of medication, like the fact that like a natural thing like 5-HTP can really fuck with you because of an SSRI. It's like, oh, this shit is serious. Like whatever I'm putting in my body is really changing like my brain chemistry or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is fucked up.
Have you ever missed a day of medication?
Yes.
Has it fucked you up?
Yes.
It fucks you in the ass.
You're like, I can't get up.
Oh my God, I thought I had the flu recently. And I was like, oh wait, I forgot to take my Lexapro, but I got really sick.
You did?
So sick. You like go into withdrawal.
Yeah, no, I felt like I can't function really.
Mm-hmm. You like
Yeah, no, I
flatline.
know.
It's crazy.
I know, which doesn't feel good to
sure
have to
doesn't.
need something to like not feel that way.
Yeah.
But the relief I get is worth it.
Honestly, I know. I do feel so much better that I am on this like cocktail of medication. I don't feel as impulsive.
Whoa, my chair just like squeaked. It sounded like a full fart.
It was.
I was like, hey.
You can say it, girl. I'm a big farter.
I'm not.
You're not. We were talking about this before the podcast.
I hate farting in front of someone if I'm dating them.
I go off.
She's like a trumpet.
Oh, immediately. I'm like, you're either in this or you're not. And if you're going to be in this, you have to deal with gigantic farts.
Loud?
Loud.
You're a loud farter?
Big time.
And how often are we farting?
We're doing it all the time now.
You are?
My poor boyfriend, he's like, you're lucky I love you because I would never put up with this from anyone else. And I'm like,
no.
oh, yeah, big time.
That is love.
It is love. It really is.
I don't even want to admit I have an asshole.
It's only for anal. I only have an asshole for anal and nothing else.
That's it.
No poop, no farts.
No, nothing ever has come out of this asshole before.
It's just for you to fucky sometimes.
Yeah.
Stop. Why do we have that? Why are we conditioned to not have assholes? Why don't women have assholes?
We're not allowed.
We're not allowed to have assholes.
Did Barbie have an asshole?
No, she also didn't have a pussy or nipples.
They should have put nipples on
They
Barbie.
should have put nipples. But that would have been like kind of too sexual. Did she have a belly button?
No.
She just had a smooth
Mound.
body. Yeah, smooth mound.
It's like very.
Wow. Barbie, here she is making us think we shouldn't have nipples, assholes, belly buttons, or pussies.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. I was never into Barbie.
Well, I was.
Were you?
I would do weird things with them. I would like
would you
make
do?
them. I would do like Jerry Springer show with the Barbies.
Uh-huh.
Some of them would be lesbians.
Yeah.
Some of them would get into
Progressive.
fights.
Yeah.
It was like.
They were lesbians when you were little? You even knew what that it was?
Well, my friend came over and made them lesbians, and I was like, I didn't even realize Barbies could be lesbians.
I didn't even know what a lesbian was.
I was like, okay, now they're lesbians too.
Yeah,
you
which
know,
is good.
like,
Fair.
Because I had so many Barbie, just straight up Barbies.
What were they going to do? Just wait for the one man? No.
Yeah, no.
They had to
Ken was
come.
taken.
Yeah, Ken can...
Ken can kick rocks.
Ken can kick fucking rocks.
But Ken didn't have a dick.
He didn't have a dick either. Did you make your Barbies have sex?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I made all my toys have sex.
What is that?
I don't know. I didn't even know what it was. I would just be like, oh yeah, alone in my room just making him fuck.
Yeah, why?
I remember my cousin walked in.
Making my Barbie scissor, but why?
Yeah, I don't know why. We didn't know.
No, I don't know.
I remember I was sitting in my room one time, like making my dolls like slowly have sex, and my cousin walked in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm nothing. I was comparing the size." But what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Every little kid.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know why we do it.
It's like a primal instinct.
I know it is. I remember when I was little drawing like really graphic pictures of dicks and pussies. Like,
you did?
Yes.
I was drawing rainbows.
Oh my God. I was drawing people like kissing and fucking. And I remember showing it to my parents and being like, what do you think? And then like looking back on that, I'm like,
what did they say?
I don't remember. I remember I drew like 2 dogs that were fucking, but like in a very human way, you know?
Okay.
They're like human bodies but dog heads.
Okay.
And I showed that to my parents, and I remember them just being like, But I didn't know that it was like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
How the fuck did we know?
You just know.
I guess so.
I feel like
guess
it's
you just know.
you just know.
Yeah.
Because I remember like the first time I ever masturbated, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I'm supposed to do this.
How old were you?
Probably like 13.
Oh, you were older.
I was.
You were an older
you
girl.
young?
I was probably like 8 or 9.
No.
8 or 9, and I remember like humping like the ends of chairs or couches.
See, I didn't hump.
I humped, and I would like set my pussy on that and just be like, what the fuck? Or like or jacuzzi jets and just being like, yeah, but you didn't know why.
Yeah.
And then I figured out, like, you know, finally like enough adults were like, why are you fucking the chair? And I was like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I used to babysit for a little girl who would hump things.
Really?
And yeah, and her mom's like, make sure she doesn't hump. And I was like, this is such a weird responsibility to give me. Like, to make sure. And I was like,
stop humping.
So she's like, straight up fucking her pillow. And I'm like, what? Okay,
How old was she?
Let's stop. She's like 3. She goes,
really?
She goes, no, I want to hump.
No.
Yes. I want to hump. Let me hump.
Okay, not to get dark,
And I was
but
like,
they say,
but like, yeah,
it's the result. Usually, hypersexualized kids are a
Really?
result of some kind of molestation.
that's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Not in all cases. For me, I'm always like, was I? I don't know, but like, I was definitely a hypersexual kid, unless I've like blocked it out of my memory.
Right.
But
That's
yeah.
interesting.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Isn't that wild? Dark? Here we are.
That is dark.
But it's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That they are. Yeah. Somebody molested them. Something happened.
And they just want to
And then they're
hump.
just fucking couches, left and right.
I thought they're just horny.
They might be too. There might be some real horny kids out there.
I think there are,
Yeah, there probably are.
especially like
It
guys.
would be sad if they were all getting, you know, all
molested.
Yeah.
No. You doing that makes it somehow better.
If they're all getting molested, then what's the big deal? Yeah, the boys definitely are. God, I remember, if we're going to take it there, I will. Do you remember, like, I remember my little cousins getting, like, little boners when they were very young, and I was like, ew, get the fuck away from me.
I remember a guy getting a boner while we were slow dancing.
How old were you?
Like 13.
Okay, well,
That makes sense, but I wasn't into it.
And you also don't really know what it is.
It was like scary, and it was like on me, and I was like,
Ew.
I was like,
Ew.
like, and I didn't. I was like, I just remember being like, ugh,
Ew, I don't know what it is about, like, that age, too. It's just, like
horny,
right, and, like,
horny,
women are,
gross,
like, innocent,
and they're like so.
Ugh, God, yeah.
Yeah, feeling a dick on yourself
When you're, like, that little, and you're like,
like,
what are you doing?
no,
Yeah. So
no.
gross.
Also, just like sex when you first started having it, so weird.
So weird because you don't know what the fuck it is.
No,
I didn't
was
know
like,
that women were supposed to come until I was like 23.
I didn't understand.
No idea.
I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll just.
Yeah. How old were you when you first had sex?
13.
Oh shit, I was 14.
Okay, so we were young.
Yeah.
We were young as fuck. Were you 8th grade or 9th grade?
9th.
9th. I was going into 9th grade.
I did it with my boyfriend.
Okay. cute.
Who did you have sex with?
He was not really my boyfriend. He was this. He was not really my boyfriend, but he was this guy that I really liked.
Okay.
And then we had sex, and I remember it. I have an actual journal entry in my room still of me writing down, I lost my virginity yesterday. That sucked. Wouldn't do that again.
No.
I have that, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Having sex for the first time is so scary.
It's so scary, and especially when you're that young.
And
You have no idea.
I don't even understand how my vagina works.
How did we do that?
I literally don't know.
I didn't even know how to put a tampon in, and I was like, oh, fuck, I guess.
Yes. No, same.
I was still wearing pads.
I was too.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
We were still wearing fucking pads, but
And
somehow
having
fucking.
sex.
Yeah, I know.
That's so weird.
We grew up too fast.
I was like, I had this boyfriend named Gus.
Oh, God.
He had a purple van. That was his
and
mom's.
he was 14?
He was older.
Oh,
he was
older
16.
boy. Oh,
He'd
you were
take his
14.
mom's purple van out.
Pretty cool, Gus.
We'd have sex in the purple van.
Really? Did you lose your virginity in the purple van?
No, I lost it at my parents' house
Oh,
while they
your
were
parents'
out of
house.
town on like the 4th of July or something.
Did they end up finding out that you'd fucked?
No.
Okay.
Well, eventually, I think my parents were like, you're going on birth control. They put me on it, birth control. They're like, you should probably go on birth control.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I went on birth control when I was like 15 or 16.
Okay.
Which was probably the move for
Yeah.
me, honestly.
I was never having people come at me. That was never a thing.
Me either, but my parents were just like so afraid of
Yeah.
me getting pregnant.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then I remember I was on the patch birth control.
Oh.
My tits were the biggest they've ever been.
On the patch?
Yeah, but the patch made me feel so weird.
See, I only ever wanted to get on birth control so I could have big tits. Never happened. The only reason I was like, I don't give a fuck about getting pregnant. I just want big tits. Never happened.
Are you still selling your eggs?
They never came back.
What do you mean?
They never came back around.
What happened?
They
Catch me up.
They ghosted me. I was supposed to be selling my eggs, and then the people that I was doing it with just never contacted me back, and now I'm too old.
No.
So you have to be under 30, and now I'm 30. These eggs are too old. Oh, well.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Maybe it
More
wasn't
for
meant
me.
to be.
Yeah. More for me. I get to keep my
You
mentally
have
ill
like
eggs.
a rogue. Do you think you would feel weird having a rogue kid?
It'd be interesting. I have a friend who does. She has 2 rogue kids.
Okay, and has she met them?
No, but she's seen pictures of them.
And do they look like her?
Yes.
And how does she feel about it?
She's like, they're not mine. It's weird, but she's like, they're not mine. Wild, right?
That's wild.
I know. I feel like I would feel definitely a type of way towards it. Like part of me would be like, no, but I did something for this, this family that really wanted a kid. But then another part of you would be like, but that is mine, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think about being a surrogate?
No, would never.
Why?
Would never. Never. Would never. First of all, I'm not putting my fucking body through that for somebody else. Absolutely the fuck not. So women who do that, like, good for you. You should get paid all that money. I think it's like 50 grand to be a
It's
surrogate.
maybe more. It's like close to 100.
That's as it fucking should be. I would never. I would never. And then also I feel like I would get weirdly attached to it.
And then you give it away.
Yeah, and you're like, I just carry this. Like Kim Kardashian did that with like all of her kids except for the first one.
She cooked them in another woman's oven.
She sure did.
And I'm open to that.
Would you do it? But you
Like, I told you the
because you were
thought of
like, I
being
would be afraid
pregnant.
of. Yeah.
The thought of being pregnant is scary to me.
Okay, so then why the fuck would you be a surrogate?
No, so I would hire someone.
Oh, you would. I thought you were saying you would be a surrogate. I was like, girl,
no.
You would hire one. I would never do that either.
I don't know. It's too weird, right?
It's too weird. I would never hire one, and I would never be one.
Would you? What if you really wanted a baby and you couldn't have one? Adopt?
it, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't. It's like
Surrogate.
if it doesn't, because there are also women who will get another woman's egg and put it in them because they want to like have that experience. But I'm like, not also too weird. I wouldn't do that. There are too many kids
I just
that
like.
exist.
I want the thought of having someone else's that I didn't know
Yeah.
or loves.
like another woman's egg inside
of me
Yeah.
is not a yes for me.
Well, that's what would be happening if I fucking sold my eggs. Like that would go into another woman.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then some woman would be walking around cooking your
with her
egg,
husband's
sperm.
cum. Yeah.
And then you're like, maybe I should hit up this husband.
Yeah, right.
Like this
What
was
if it's a good-looking kid? Then I want it to be mine.
This could go a lot of different ways.
It could, yeah.
I also have friends that are lesbians and they're pregnant right now, and they had to listen to everyone's the sperm donors' interviews.
Interesting.
That's how they picked the sperm.
Really?
Yeah.
So then, okay, but with this lesbian couple, do they take their partner's egg and put it in them, or is it just like the one who wants to get pregnant?
No, so the way that they're doing it is that they want 2 kids. So they got their fertility tested, and my friend had less eggs, so she's pregnant now. And then her wife is going to carry the second baby.
Okay, but they're both, and they're going to use their own eggs to do
Yes.
it. Interesting. And the same
Yes.
sperm.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Okay, love that.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's so interesting
It is
because I
interesting.
never thought of that as something like that she'd have to do.
That's interesting. There's also this, I've been reading articles about how they're finding that women are able to reproduce with other women. Like we carry a gene that makes us
That's
able.
crazy.
Bye-bye men.
That's
Bye-bye.
crazy.
We don't need you anymore.
We don't need that sperm
Yeah.
no more.
There's like a way to, there's something about like some in like bone marrow or so, we have some kind of gene that can like reproduce with other women.
That's crazy.
I know I'm probably butchering the science behind this, but I heard that.
That's crazy.
Right?
I want to look that up.
Yeah.
I'm learning science.
I know.
We're
What?
talking science.
We're talking science, and I probably got it all wrong, and now I'm starting fake news, but I've read it.
Wouldn't it be the first time fake news got started, or the last?
Or the last.
You know, the internet's full of surprises.
A surprise of lies and deception.
I know.
God.
And some of the lies and deceptions seem very compelling sometimes.
QAnon, baby. Let's talk about it.
They're out there.
They're out there.
They
They're
look
out
like
there.
you and me.
I know. No, they don't. No, they look like that guy. They look
No,
like
they
everybody who
don't.
was at the fucking insurrection.
Yeah, Viking hats.
Yeah, the Viking hat guy.
And face paint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a pair of socks.
Okay. By the way, the last time I was on here and you gave me those little slippers, obsessed.
Oh, the llamas.
I love them. And every time you give me socks, I'm obsessed. I'm a sock
Okay,
girl.
I'm excited. I was like, okay, I know that you're a sock girl, so I was like, I'll just bring out the sock options for you.
Let's see. I love a sock. This costume.
Oh yeah, I have
So
like my
funny.
slutty cowgirl costume.
It's so cute.
From last Halloween, and all my socks are in this bag, so you can pick out.
So they give you these socks.
They give me these socks. They're Oh Yeah socks. You can head to the website 3OsHYEAH.
You're wearing these ones.
These ones are really good.
These are so cute.
These colors are good. They go with a lot. They look really cute with a slide.
And we love
I don't know, Motley Crue.
Okay, cute.
Shout at the Devil socks.
Shout at the Devil.
That's a vegan sock. I don't really know if that's you,
Not really me,
but
but
my
I
I'm
appreciate it.
my neighbor. These are I'm giving these to my
Potato?
neighbor.
This one's a high potato.
That's a high potato. I don't really think that's your energy. High
That's
potato
not really
vibes.
my energy. Oh, this is kind of cute.
Oh, free the nipples ones are cute.
That's. I'm honestly the Def Leppard ones.
These ones
the
are
running.
these ones are the best. Like they would look cute with those.
They would look so
shoes.
cute
They
with
look
those.
cute with this is a One Love sock.
Okay, also not really my vibe, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause you
Yeah.
know that I don't believe in love.
Yeah, those are Norman Rockwell socks. Not
Cute.
really your vibe.
Not my vibe.
Those are Def Leppard socks.
Also Def Leppard. You know what? I'm gonna go with the first one, the ones that
yeah,
you're wearing.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, absolutely so cute.
I thought you would pick those ones. I almost was just gonna give you those ones.
Okay, did you? Were you?
Yeah,
Girl, you
because I know that because I have them and I love them.
I love them. Yeah.
Because the leopards are so cool. They look
so-
very regal.
They look regal. They're cute. The colors.
The colors go with everything.
Obsessed.
You'll love them.
Yeah.
Check out Oh Yeah Socks, discount code Sara10. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. Where can our listeners find you?
Instagram, unfortunately, I will be there at Gabby Lamby, GABBYLAMBY, or TikTok at the same thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
And follow me at Princess Shank on Instagram, Twitter for show dates. Subscribe to the podcast, rate it, review it. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Shank.
That. Did I have any questions? Did anybody send any questions in?
Somebody did, actually. One was, do you have any book recommendations?
Right now I'm reading this book called Song of Achilles, which is really good.
What is it about?
It's about Greek. It's about this character. It's all about like Greek gods and stuff. It's very compelling, and it's about this little boy who gets kicked out of his dad's kingdom, and he has to go live in this like other kingdom.
Is it fiction?
Yes.
That sounds awesome. I never read fiction.
It's fiction. It's really good. And anything David Sedaris, reading some of him right now. Love that.
What about any self-helps?
Oh my God. Self-helps. Let's see. 4 Agreements.
That's a great one.
4 Agreements is so good.
Yeah. It's just a good basic outline for how to live your
It
life.
sure is. And also Facing Love Addiction. There's a good one. Pia Melody.
Ooh.
I know. Ooh, girl.
There's also one called Women Who Love Too Much.
Okay, I've heard that's a really good one.
Gnarly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Body Keeps Score. Also very dense.
Yeah.
All trauma-based.
There's so many books out there.
There's so many books out there.
Untethered Soul.
Okay.
Untethered Soul's really good.
Glennon Doyle.
Glendon Doyle has that one, Untamed.
Untamed. Okay.
I haven't read that. I heard
Untamed
it's
is Glennon
good.
Doyle. Yeah.
Untethered Soul, I want to say, is someone else.
Is it Brene Brown?
It's not Brene Brown.
Okay, but I've heard of it, and I've heard it's great.
good.
Okay.
Um,
Eckhart Tolle.
Hell yeah.
A New Now, or whatever the fuck
The
it is.
New Earth.
New Earth.
and the Power of Now.
New
Yes,
Earth and
Power of Now.
Great.
We're out here dropping self-help references.
sure
That
are.
was one of the only questions that I really stuck out in my mind.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to ask her that. And I almost didn't until you asked.
Okay,
so
cute. Well,
there you go. Thank you. Oh, what about Tea Time? Are you still doing that?
Still am, yeah.
Okay, so people can find that on
My
your
podcast,
Instagram.
Tea
Okay.
Time, yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, honey.